Sometimes the things and people that we enjoy kind of fade out into obscurity as time moves on. We get older, you know, kind of age out of it, or just lose interest, gain focus on something else, gain some other new experience, and kind of just forget about the other ones. And that's fine. I don't really want to focus on that. I more want to focus on what happens to those things afterwards, because sometimes they can improve, or sometimes they get worse and kind of lose the plot. And that's what this is all about. It's all about what happens when someone or something loses the plot. The first thing I wanted to start with, and it's really disappointing to say because I am a big fan of this show, but RuPaul's Drag Race has lost the plot. The show has become a lot more fun, I think, and I can't believe that's a complaint, but it used to be a little bit more competitive, and it feels like every single challenge or every single thing that they do, somebody's getting money, and they have a bigger budget to spend. So I guess it's easier for them to give away the money, but now there's no stakes. It's a little too safe. You can't do anything wrong in the show anymore, as opposed to when you could do wrong. And being safe, especially now, it's considered a good thing, when in the past it was considered you need to do better, you need to improve. I don't know why I moved away from that. If people are playing it safe, it just gets boring a little, because you have so many people in the background who are just doing a whole lot of nothing, and then they just get eliminated one day, and you don't get to see any more of that character or really care about them because they just played it safe the entire time. But like I said, it's become a lot more fun. It's become a lot more like dancey, just joking around a little, bigger performances, just bigger personalities in general. I mean, the only thing that's keeping it up is the drama. That's really where they've got me hooked. It's pretty much just that. As well, the show has become a little bit repetitive. It's a little bit too structured for reality television. It's always the same thing. Every time somebody gets eliminated, they're sad about it, but then they congratulate the winner, and then they beef a little, and then they say, let's get out of drag. And that happens every time somebody is eliminated. It happens every single time. There's always music to indicate, oh, look, they're so sad. The music is kind of sad now. And then when they're like, okay, but congratulations though, the music is a little bit more hype. There's got to be a music transition for every single emotion that's happening. And then when they're like having the beef and saying, let's get out of drag, the music changes again to a more, I don't know what I would describe the music. It just fits the tone of the drama, I guess. So I feel like they've lost the plot a bit. And again, it's pretty disappointing to say as a fan, because I love this show. Okay, so on to what made me think about this idea in the first place. Ssundee. I've talked about him before, and I did not think I would be talking about him again, but he is doing something insane. He is doing something so crazy. He is advertising real estate property and real estate property landlord tips, I guess. How to be a good landlord. Yeah, I think that counts as losing the plot. I don't know how we got there. He lost the plot when he dedicated his channel to Among Us, like 99%, I guess. And then now this is the final straw in that dying camel's back. The reason I saw this is because I saw a news segment about it, and he was on Fox News. Talk about losing the plot, right? Fox. It already lost the plot when they canceled Family Guy, but I guess a Fox News segment, some sort of Fox News segment, had Ssundee on to talk about how he's in the real estate business, and his explanation is, well, I know I'm not going to have this job of YouTube for any longer, which is fair. And he says, nobody wants to watch an old man playing video games. And I feel like that's not really true, actually. Anybody will watch anything on this channel. Look at Good Mythical Morning. I'm a big fan of them. And they're so old, but they're still going. So the proof doesn't really match. But the numbers on his channel are getting lower. I think people lost interest in the Among Us stuff Who would have thought? He should have just moved on to making something else. I don't know, play a different game. It's okay to have diversity in your channel and the videos you make, but I guess moving on to real estate is the next step. But also, why would you need to get another job? Also, I just wanted to take a quick look at the news segment that happened, the Fox News segment. I want to keep reminding you this was on Fox. The guy that's interviewing Ssundee quotes one of the things that Ssundee like famously says in his videos incorrectly. Ssundee like in his Minecraft videos would often say, "Get a pen and paper."
I want you to grab a pen and pencil.
Do you have a pen and paper?
Just says it wrong. Just completely says it wrong. That's cool. But in this news segment, Ssundee makes good points, and I hate that because I wanted this to be negative, okay? But he shits on landlords. Honestly, any chance to contribute towards that is, you know, I'll take any chance to do it. It doesn't matter. Landlords are evil, okay? And Ssundee is trying to claim that, well, he's changing the game. You see, he, again, like I said, he wants to provide towards his homeowners. He wants to make sure that their land is still affordable. But I think there's a little bit of a problem, and the problem is that he is renovating and retailing very expensive houses. They're like mansions. And I think when people are talking about bad landlords, they're usually not talking about their landlord for their mansion. If you have money to buy a mansion, you should have enough money to keep your mansion in good shape. People are talking about bad landlords. They're talking about like their shitty one for their, I don't know how much an apartment costs anymore. I think it's like a few thousand in some places and like 1,000 in the good places. The good ones. So if you're paying an absurd amount for rent and you're still living in the shitty house, a shitty apartment, and your landlord is shitty too, that is not a good combination, and nobody wants that. And Ssundee, being a good realtor towards people who already have a good amount of money and a good life, is not going to set the standards for the other landlords who are gonna treat their tenants like garbage because they get money and then they don't have to help their tenants because there's no point in it. And I mean the apartments are already in bad shape anyways, so like it's not like you have to do anything. It's gonna look the fucking same. So I think in the context of being a good landlord, if you're gonna be the outlier, but the outlier includes that you're just helping rich people, I don't know if you're gonna make much of a dent in the industry, and changing the future. I think he would be a good landlord, individually by himself. Probably, I guess. I still don't think landlording is a good business. But if what he's saying is true, then I don't know. I guess he's got a side plan. But crazy, right? I can't believe the Minecraft YouTuber is shilling realting. But he's been doing it for about a year now. So, which is even crazier to me. And we'll see how it goes. And see if landlords get any better in the future. And I really doubt that's gonna be the case. Okay, last one. And this is a short one. America. Guys, I live in America. And I think America has lost the plot. It has absolutely lost the plot. More than Ssundee has. And definitely way more than RuPaul's Drag Race has. America has completely lost the plot. I don't know what we're doing anymore. We used to be motivated by perseverance and liberty and just a pride of ourselves and our country. And we wanted to achieve a justice for everybody that people can enjoy in a country that accepts them. And now we bomb schools in third world countries. And yeah, we have lost the plot. That is not what we were supposed to be doing, guys. I think that was the last thing on our list. That was the last thing. That was like, if we run out of things to do, we could do that, I guess. But we've skipped to it. We've definitely lost the plot. Yeah, more than any other thing has ever lost the plot.